What's up, everybody? Welcome to Storm Sessions, a new podcast from the University of Miami. This is our first episode. My name is Danny Enriquez, and we're going to do something a little different with this one. You see these student athletes perform on the field, in the park, in the arena, and they're like superheroes with the things that they can do. But every superhero has an origin story. So we're going to learn a little bit more about all the experiences and influences that made these young men and women who they are today. So thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe to this show. We will be coming weekly, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, for the first episode of Storm Sessions, had to go to the man himself, the most popular man in Miami right now, QB1, Mr. Cam Ward. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Hey, doing all right, man. Listen, I know you're an official Miamian right now because I saw the pictures of you with the Mahi Mahi. So you're now blessed as a Miamian. How was it out there?
It was good. Especially now I'm starting to eat a little bit more fish now. So it was good. And me and a couple of guys, X went out there with me. Elijah, Zahor did too. So, you know, we got a lot. I think we got about 19 of them.
Who got the most?
I think X did. X did, for sure.
He had the home court advantage. He's used to the water out here. So,
But it really don't count because he wasn't using his pole. I really caught the most because I was using my own pole. They didn't bring their own pole. They used somebody else's pole.
So obviously, you know, we know you like fishing. So what is it about fishing that you're so passionate about and that you enjoy so much?
Just be able to get away from everything. And I would say I'm too like a lot of nature, but I think fishing is the one thing that I do enjoy. So really just get away from everything.
And are you like somebody that's like, you know, I've been out with people that are just eager. They just got to be catching stuff. They got to be catching stuff. And then other people that can be out there all day just patient. How are you?
I go out there for the vibes. If I catch something, I catch something. If I don't, I wasn't going to eat it anyway. So I'm out there. I can be out there all day if I really want to, but I'd really just be sitting out there.
So I had the privilege of having lunch with your parents, Calvin, Patrice. Awesome people, awesome lunch. But I got to tell you, the second that I sat down, they started trash talking each other, like immediately. Calvin was saying that Patrice was a ball hog when she played basketball. Patrice was saying that Calvin lost in the state titles. They were even arguing about who said hi to you first at the Wisconsin game after you got that win.
That's who they are. That's really how they made me too. Like at any given moment, just go at it. Any chance you get, go get it.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up in that kind of competitive environment where it's just like everything's a competition?
I mean, me being the youngest, I think it was good, especially for me, because all my siblings were 4 years apart from each other. So like, I never really got to go to like elementary with them during all that. So like, that's really all we was taught was to compete.
Yeah, so very successful family. Your mom went through the whole family tree with me. Your grandfather, her dad, was like a pioneer Black businessman in Brazoria County, owned a concrete construction company. And your sisters, you know, Chantel, Leah, your brother Alton, your parents, everybody super successful, sports, academics. What was like the standard like in the Ward household, like the expectations for you?
Make good grades. That's the biggest thing that my dad and mom emphasized was making good grades and really play sports, do whatever you want to do. If you make good grades, you know, you'll be able to have a lot of leeway. And really, because I did a lot of travel basketball growing up, AAU circuits, all that. So, you know, I made good grades, I'd be able to do what I wanted.
Yeah, and I know you wanted to play sports. Your mom said that was basically the punishment, take away the ball. She mentioned you were 3 years old hanging on the rim at one of her practices, and then you landed on your feet. I don't know if it's a true story or not.
I don't remember them times. But she said it happened, it probably did.
But obviously, you know, you've been playing sports for a long time. What was it that just drew you to athletics and playing sports?
Winning and competition, I'll say. Even like outside of football, like you got to compete in the business world and all that. Really, no matter what type of job you got. So really, just wanting to win, wanting to make a choice, a decision, and at the end of the day, competing.
And before we get too much into sports, just Brazoria County in general, because I know I've heard people say you're from Houston, but you're not. You're from Brazoria County. So what's that like growing up there?
Small town, Texas football. Really nothing out there. I can say it's like, I want to say it's like two country because I've been to some country places, so it ain't that country, but it is country. Like where my dad's from, it's way more country than where my mom's from. She's from West Columbia. And like I was born in Lake Jackson, So it's like 20 minutes from West Columbia. It's all within the same area. But it's really just like just a small town, big city dreams, like trying to get out and just make a name for yourself. And that's what I'm just trying to do.
Now, football side, the story goes second grade, you asked your dad, wanted to play. He said, no, come back in a year. Third grade, you come back with the permission slip and say, all right, I'm ready to go. So what was it about football that made you so passionate that you remembered, hey, let's go. It's time to play.
Just like the energy that it brings. Like even when I got to high school, I say the more rush that I got eventually as I started getting better at football, even like compared to basketball when I played, there wasn't that same rush in me. So, football's a different sport because you need a legit team to end up winning games and competing. So, just that and really just it was one thing that I was good at. I mean, I was blessed to play football, be good at it. So, I'm gonna do something that I'm good at.
Yeah, one thing that really struck me from that conversation with your parents is they started their own football league, youth football league, and their own youth basketball league. I guess they didn't think the coaching was good enough. So I know you've been coached by both of them. Who's the harder coach, your mom or your dad?
On me
Yeah,
or
you.
just on the team?
Either one.
If we going on the team, my mom just when she coached basketball, we got to get some videos of her. She'll get to stomping that foot on the ground, all that. But just individually, my dad, he was harder on me.
And I know he put you in a lot of sports, and I kind of want to go through some of the sports because your multi-sport background to me is something that makes you unique as a player. So it's just starting with baseball, which I know you played when you were younger. What positions did you play on the diamond?
Shortstop, pitcher, third base. I was in the outfield a couple of times. I played catcher a little bit too, so in the league. But I like the infield better. I feel like at least at that time, it's just more action in it than being in the outfield.
And we've seen you do those sidearm throws and all that kind of stuff. What do you think you took from baseball that is now in your football game?
Just every throw can be from a different angle, but you just gotta know the velocity that you have to put on it. And I think that's why, like, some of our screen game, how like we can hit it so well. And we had a big change, like from week 1 to now, our screen game got way better. I think me just being more accurate, like just on the touch and velocity of the screen game on the ball, I think that's been able to help them.
All right, now I got to get the iPad here and give you something. This one's a blast from the past. I don't know if you've seen this one in a while.
It's big.
Oh yeah, we got a picture right here. It's a video actually. Take a look.
Let me see that. Oh, you're throwing discus.
Yeah, so this is the first time I've ever heard of a quarterback throwing the discus. So how did that whole thing happen? And give me the backstory on the discus.
This is a good throw too. I really only threw the discus just so I could get out of school. I would, because I did in 8th grade, or 7th grade actually, I did the 400 and stuff track, but that 400 a man race, like you run that 400, that's the hardest race it is. But in high school, like my sister, she threw discus. She went to state in it. She got scholarship to Houston Baptist, and when she transferred to San Jose State. So really off her, like she was throwing the discus, and I wasn't taking track serious, so I joined the league school. But I ended up not being good. I mean, not being that bad at it. I was good for 4A. 4A, I was before COVID happened my senior year. I had won first at the first track meet. And then after that, we didn't have no more. But I'll probably say just being bored and wanting to leave school. That's why I started doing discus.
Do you feel like it helped your throwing at all, or your core, or anything physical that you use now?
I would say more balance because you have one to throw discus is more about technique than strength and stuff. That's why like some of them, it'd be like I would say smaller kids, they throwing it 150 to 170 just because they have good technique. So I would say more help me on my balance. I would say that.
I know one of the things your dad said he used to bribe you to do the discus a little bit is he'd say, all right, we'll hit some golf balls. We'll play some golf, if you get out there. So sounds like golf is something that you're not forced to do, that you actually like to do. So what was it about golf that you like to do?
It's kind of like baseball. It's something. I still play now sometimes too. Like me and the other quarterbacks, we went this summer. Coach Dawson, he took us out. Um, Coach Dawson, good. Reese, Reese is the best one in our quarterback room. Emory, he claims he's up there, but he's not up there. I'm mid. If I'm on, I'm on. If I'm not on that day, hey, I'm just there for the vibe. So I started playing when I took it serious like 7th, 8th grade. I was in junior high. And like I really just really doing it, like just hitting it, like just getting outside. I never like really just staying in the house, just on the game and stuff like that. Like it's cool, but I got to get outside the house. That was really the main reason me doing that. And it was fun. Like especially now, like I feel like I play golf better now because I'm not competitive at it. Like I'm out there just playing. So um, I got a long way to go on my golf game, but I don't got my own clubs here. I got some at the crib, but I know when I get my own clubs where I'm at, that's when I really took it serious. So I got to wait off on that.
You got time, man. You can play golf your whole life, so you got your whole
Mhm.
life to get that one right. Your mom was a guard, your dad was a guard, your sister Leah was a guard. So basketball, I know, is a huge thing in your life. Just talk to me about playing basketball, and did you see yourself as a basketball player first before all this happened with football?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a professional athlete. No matter whether it was basketball, baseball. I just told myself I always wanted to do that. But just growing up with basketball, because my sister, that's all she played. My older sister, my dad and mom played basketball. It's really just a family sport, and like that was like where they first started their organization and stuff, having AAU teams. So that's just always been around me. And then my favorite player is Kobe. So like I just wanted to play basketball, hoops. I played that all my life. I got a chance to play in the EYBL circuit my freshman year high school. I switched to the Adidas Gauntlet. After that, played in the Adidas League. But it was good. I got a chance to play against Kay Cunningham. Um, he was the number one draft pick a couple years ago. He's like that. Play against RJ Hampton. So it just really like sets in like the different type of athlete you got to be to play basketball. Especially like my height, it's actually a big deal. Like it's only one position, somebody 6'2", 6'3" playing, that's guard. But you got to be able to like move. Losing my voice, so
You're good. You're
I
good.
got to chill. I got to be able to move different ways and stuff. So, basketball, I say always be my first love though, just cause like I feel like I was made to be a basketball player, but I try to translate that to the football field a little.
Well, in terms of success with basketball, you're the all-time leading scorer of your high school. I don't know if anyone's broken your record since then, but did you find yourself to be more of a combo guard? Would you rather pass, shoot? I mean, how were you as a guard?
I say combo guard for sure. Um, and I just get buckets. Like you ask the team, I'm the best hooper on the team. I'll probably say Coop number 2. Um, JG, he probably top 10, but he like 8, 7. But I just really I'm a walking bucket, really.
I don't know. Whenever we interview the offensive linemen, they all say that like they're the ones that play basketball the most. Cooper says he's hitting threes.
Coop can shoot, but if he can't shoot that day, he ain't making one. But that's why I say he number 2. He number 2, but I'm for sure taking that number 1 spot. If we had a king of the court, actually we played king of the court. I played Zay. I didn't play Coop. I played Zay and JG, and they all know who won. You get them on here, they'll be able to tell.
So quarterback wise, I know Joe Burrow was a big hooper before he became what he became as a
Mhm.
quarterback, kind of a late blooming type of quarterback, really more of a basketball player for a while. How do you feel that playing basketball at a high level like you did, instead of just training just only dropbacks and only football stuff, how do you think that helped your football game playing basketball like you did?
Just moving your body different ways, especially in football. Football is more about angles than a lot of stuff outside the pocket. If someone takes a bad angle, they've already lost. Like speed is a big thing, but like that's like people who have track speed can't translate to football speed. It's different. So I'll say just the way that I can get my body move a certain way. Then also being just, being able to throw from different angles. That's why I think the baseball helped me. So, I feel like just every sport that I played growing up, led me to being, end up being a good athlete.
So football wise, your path is different. Um, you get to high school. I know the offense play a lot of wing tee, gap down back, or just a lot of running and all that kind of stuff. How was that transition being someone who you obviously believed that you could throw the football and then go into a running team?
Mm, I mean, I was told we were going to throw the ball more, but we were winning. Like my senior year, we were winning. I think we were 9-2. Finished off, we were co-district champs. So I mean, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like we had the athletes to go do it. Like some of my homeboys from the crib, like they were good receivers in our area. Like when we went to state, we actually went to state 707. That was the first time in school history, and we were running the spread, and like we were beating 6A teams, like leading the way. So I mean, it was challenging time for sure, but I mean, end of the day, like we was winning games, and we in high school too. We just trying to play football. So yeah.
Now, rewinding a little bit, I understand your 10th grade year, you had an experience in travel basketball where, a lot of kids were from Houston. You're from Brazoria County. Maybe there was, I wasn't there, but maybe there was, favorites and all that. You're not playing as much as you think you should be on the basketball team, football wise, not playing as much as you should be. Was there a moment that 10th grade year where you kind of are like, man, what's going on, man? Like what's happening here? I'm a better athlete than this. I should be playing more. Was there any moment that time that you can recall?
During their football.
10th year, yeah, 10th grade. Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna quit football at one point. Going into my sophomore year, just 'cause I wanted to focus on basketball. But my mom just said, just go another day, and another day turned into two. But I say yeah during that time, just because like I wanted to play so bad, but it just wasn't my time yet. And in the day, I feel like it just helped me, to like who I am now. You just gotta be patient for a lot of stuff. Gotta work on God's timing. So that's what I probably have to say about that.
Yeah, the timing of your career is incredible because, obviously the Incarnate Word, your only offer coming out. You hear Tom Brady talk, and he's still, in his mind, he's still the 6th-round pick. He's not the guy that everybody considers the GOAT. Is that your attitude? I mean, how do you still go back to that moment where, everybody wants you now? I mean, you're the toast of the town. Do you still go back to that time when maybe you weren't appreciated as much as you thought you should be?
Yeah, I'll leave it. I think it's just with my Twitter header. I don't be on Twitter like that. Um, it's I still live by it to this day. It says always remember what they said. And that's just something that I'll never leave my mind. Like even when I wake up, even if I try not to think about it, it still finds a way to come into my mind. So it's just having to have the mentality of that the past is what's gonna get you to where you want to be. You have to be able to go through certain things to get to where you want to be. And I'm happy that it never leaves my head because it always just keep me going. Not that I need it, but it's just a extra to it.
Get to Incarnate Word. They got a quarterback already who's, as I understand it, just set the passing record 2 years in a row, broke his own record right before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your mindset going into Incarnate Word when everybody expects the incumbent's going to be the starter?
Really going there, nothing to lose. I mean, I was trying to be a starter. I knew what I had to do, and especially playing in the wing T, like the terminology and the verbiage that they use at UIW when I first got there, like I never heard of. I'll probably say my first month. I remember my first day like it was yesterday. Like we was doing play action, and I'm handing the ball off and stuff. So, it was a learning curve for me. But once you get it, and it just doesn't leave your mind. But it also takes a lot of reps, I would say, and just having the willingness to just keep on trying to get better at something every day, because it's hard to get better at, especially football. It's hard to get better everything in one day. You just got to focus on one thing each day. And I think that honestly helped me, especially once I got to Wazoo and stuff like that. I think it helped me.
So still in Incarnate Word here. Your first game that you're starting, McNeese State, 15-point dogs, as I understand. Were you feeling confident? Were you nervous? Like, what was your mindset first game and you're a huge underdog on the road?
Um, really, really just wanted to play football. I knew I was starting. Really, my mindset is that I was put here for a reason. And really, I'm just gonna trust myself. I mean, I have nothing to lose. I wasn't highly ranked out of high school, so what's gonna happen if I go out there and throw picks? They still gonna say the same thing they said about me in high school. Like, so really, really doesn't get to me at all. And in the day, I just live my life.
When did you know, like truly know, hey, I could play with anybody in the country, the 5 stars, the 3 stars, like I am that guy in terms of football?
When I was in high school. And I even went to a lot of camps, and I've thrown against some of the top guys in the country or who had offers and stuff. But I knew I could compete with anybody. I just need to show it. That was the main thing. I just need to really show it, be able to show it.
Decision to go to Washington State, big time football, but different part of the country. What went into that decision to go out there?
Mm, one of my head coach at UIW, he was now the OC there. That and then going to Washington State, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that it was just football there, and that's what I wanted it to be. But me being there, like that place helped me so much because it really made me hone in, like just really on football and like what it takes to get to where I want to be. Um, and I say also just being far away from home. I like different changes. Like I feel like the more I'm at home, I'm not getting any better. Like I grew up there, I've been there. What do I need to go back there for? I can always come back and visit. So I like different changes, and like I went from the heat at UIW all the way to the cold, the snow. So it was good. A lot of people say the cold is cold, but it's really not that bad once you get used to it.
And now right back to it here with the Heat. So jump in the portal. You're like the only recruiting battle I can remember where it was school or NFL. Usually it's school versus school, right? So a very unique decision you had to make. I know you've talked a lot about that, but when it came down to it, and all the information is there, you've talked to everybody. What was it that made you go down this route with the University of Miami?
Just the opportunity that I was going to get here, especially with the coaching staff and the guys who they already had coming back. And I feel like I just want to put myself in the best position to win football games. I got a chance to win at UIW. We were conference champs, but once I got to the Power 5 level, I never got a chance to really win how I wanted to. We won some games at Wazoo, but I'm trying to win a lot of games, and I feel like just the core that was already here, from the offensive line to the receiving core, they already had coming back, JG and X. The defense who was coming in, Mish was coming in, Coach Guidry. He's a great DC. He's one of the best in the country. Coach Dawson's running a similar offense of what I've been running since college. I just feel like what other choice was there? I just feel like just the location was better too. It was closer for my mom and dad. They didn't have to take 6-hour flights every weekend. So I just feel like it was just good overall. Just well thought out. Just my family and really just praying about it and just sticking to the course.
Your mom told a lot of great stories, but probably my favorite one she said was maybe ninth grade. You were in church and you were doing the offering, and walking up the aisle, you started doing the electric slide.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone asked you what you're doing. You said you were catching the Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, growing up in the church and being a man of faith. What's your faith meant to you on this journey?
It's meant a lot. And I think the more that that I get more deep into my faith, the more I really start connecting closer to God. I think it really helped me in the long run. Because at the end of the day, Even Coach Dawson, we've talked about it too. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna remember you for what you wear and stuff, what stats you put up in football, like just whether you're a good person or you weren't. So I'm just trying to be a good person, trying to have good vibes around everybody. I don't like to judge anybody because I don't want nobody judging me. So, and I think that's just how we all should be as people. Just just come in with a good attitude. I think that take care of a lot of stuff, especially nowadays in our world. I think we just need more just good people out there. So I'm just trying to do my part. And then, football is just a plus for me. I mean, I get to do something I love. Like who wouldn't want to do that?
Well, no, one thing you're doing good for people is the Cam Ward elite team, right? So that back home, you got a sixth grade and eighth grade girls team. I think your sister's the coach, right?
Mm.
So what made you want to give back in that way and do something with sports?
I want to coach eventually, and also just my mom and them having that already made so when I was younger stuff. I think it'll better help expose more girls, and when we start a boys team out there just for future when they trying to get a scholarship, put them in big tournaments because a lot of small town kids don't get the opportunity. So I feel like if I help out at least one person, a couple people, it'll end up helping out a lot more people than you think. So them running that. My sister, she the head coach, but some days I don't know whether she the head coach or my mom is or my dad. All three of them be on the bench just yelling. I go in, I be like, I'm supposed to be the head of that organization. I don't even know who the head coach is. So them three there, but they win games. I can say that. So I don't mess. I let the coach coach. I just sit and watch in the stands. But it is good, especially I think Dallas. She's one of the girls who plays on the team. I think she's coming to one of our games out here. She'll fly my mom out here. But it's been good though having that.
So we know kind of where you come from, all the ingredients, right? Question I have is, you've proven a lot of people wrong already. You've had success just in terms of what you've done all to this point, but obviously you're still real hungry. What is it that drives you when you wake up early in the morning, sore, and you got to push through?
I'll just probably say myself. Really everything's a choice. That's what I've learned. Especially with football. If you set your mind out to accomplish something, you can do it, but you have to make the sacrifice. And just like it's not gonna be easy. Like it's a lot of days that I don't want to do it, but I know the days I don't want to do it is gonna be the days that I might actually get better at what I need to get better at. So just making that choice and telling myself that this is something that you truly want to do. You just gotta actually do it, hone into it, make it a lifestyle, and just I'll probably say just keep believing in God.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, we got some questions here from the fans, and I wanted to get through some of these. We got at Curse Souls wants to know, I think I know the answer, which is, who was your favorite player growing up? You mentioned Kobe Bryant. Let me ask it different. What was it about Kobe that you liked so much?
Just his mindset, how he attacked things, how he worked, um, and like the thing that I think a lot of people just look at Kobe for like the obviously the mindset, but the stats that he put up, but just how he was around his teammates and stuff. He held them accountable. That's something that I got way better at, and just really just being a team player, but having the urgency to know that if you're gonna do that, you have to be on yours every day. You can't have days off.
This one, we got a million questions on this one. I'm sure you get it walking down the street. DB Huckins, CGS asking, the touchdown celebration. What does it mean? I'm seeing people, they figured out how to do it with the emojis now. So now they're doing it on Twitter with the emojis and the whole celebration. So what does it mean?
Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. It's a think of it just a celebration that you can do. Like everybody got something, but that's ours this year.
All right.
And Elijah Arroyo, he really got it started. Because when I hit in the spring first, then he started to hit it. then that's when, a couple other guys on did it. So Elijah really got it started for me.
I know parks all over Miami are going to be doing that one. So you got something going there. So I am Renee Lynn wants to know which state is better in high school, Texas or Florida?
Depends what you want, what player. Obviously Texas got the better players. But like the receiving core from Florida, crazy. Really depends what you want, but you want just a football player, everybody goes to Texas.
And definitely quarterbacks. C. Marie wants to know how you feel reuniting with Kiko Mauanoa coming from Washington State.
Good. Knowing that, and we both wear number 1 too, that's even better. I was like, knowing that he on that field, because he played, but they didn't let him play like how he's playing here. And like him coming here, like that man took off, and like he got so much better since I first met him when I got to Wazoo. Then me playing with him far last year, I'm looking for him to do better stuff than what he already did, and he already proved a lot this year.
Yes, this is not on the paper, but I wanted to ask, a lot of the guys who are stars of this team, you, Kiko, Damian Martinez, they're stars now, but coming out of high school, they weren't stars. Do you think that's part of the kind of the mindset of the team? You have so many guys that were overlooked, and yeah, they're getting NIL attention and everybody wants them now, but that wasn't always the case.
Yep. I just think just something that each one of us, each person in our locker room, everyone has a different edge to them. And I think like as we were like going through a fall camp, we got to see that in a lot of people that everybody's willing to compete. So it doesn't surprise me that a lot of us are, being able to make more plays than we did in our past. But like Dame, a prime example, like he's one of the best running backs in the country. And him come from the journey he had to go through, he's continued to prove that, to himself and the team every day, and he's showing up on Saturdays.
Coach LC wants to know, how do you stay focused on the goal with all the noise around you, especially now after the Florida game and the Heisman and everything that people are talking about? How do you stay focused with all this stuff all at once?
Have the same routine and get off that phone. It's the biggest thing. You got to get off that phone.
Yeah, tell my kids that. All right.
Tell you.
Maxwell Fat Boy wants to know, what's your favorite thing about Miami?
Favorite thing about Miami? It's a lot of good things, but I got to pick one. I'll say the fishing. The fishing. I ain't never been somewhere who got like exotic fish like that, like this. Texas, we got where I be going, just be catching the same fish. Here, it's different type of snapper, mahi, sail. I ain't caught a sail yet, but just the exotic fish that's here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. So Alex Ray wants to know how good you're feeling about your offensive line. I know that was a big reason why you came down here was the offensive line. Now you've seen him in action. How are you feeling about him?
Great. And like one thing about them, like we keep it a buck with each other too. Like we know what we all gotta work on and stuff. But I mean, we every week when you see her, they're going against just practice wise, like they're going against the best D line in the country. So I already know what to expect from those guys. And I mean, them boys, they come with it every week, every day they come with it to work. Coach Mirabal, he gets them right. So they made my job easier. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to make plays from a muddy pocket, but it's easy to make plays from a clean pocket. So, them boys been playing, they've been balling, so that's the reason why we're going as a whole offense.
We've got a philosophical question here from B. Pfeiffer. He wants to know, what would you tell your freshman year self? So you're at Incarnate Word, you're showing up. What would you tell yourself at that point about, your journey? Now that you've been through everything, what would you tell young Cam Ward showing up in Incarnate Word, not knowing anything?
Watch that tape. Watch that tape. Oh, young Cam Ward going in there wasn't watching nearly as much as what he is now. And that's why I think just like my journey, just every year I've gotten better because I didn't really start learning football until I got to college. Like a lot of guys in high school who got able to run different offenses, they got a chance to learn football. Now I'm really learning it, so I'll tell him watch that tape.
All right, King James wants to know when are you going to pick up golf? It sounds like you already have picked it up, but do you got plans to you're around golf courses all the time and say like, all right, this is this part of the summer, I'm going to really step it up? Or like, what's your golf plan? Now you mentioned you're going to get your own clubs.
My golf plan is in the spring to get active, especially down here. Like that spring weather that we had this spring, good. So I'm planning to get active this spring. Probably I'd say around February, March for sure.
And I know Reese is good. Is Restrepo the best golfer on the team? Like who really is the king of the
I ain't
golf?
seen Strep golf, but actually no. Kiko, he's the best on the team. I seen him play at Wazoo. He the best on the team.
Go. All right, 305 Sports. The Yarrow Twins want to know, what music are you listening to pregame?
I listen to a lot of music. I go Rod Wave, Young Boy, Future. Really all rap, but I mix it up.
So you're trying to get hyped then. You're not trying to like mellow out. You're trying to get up.
On the way to the stadium, I'll just be chilling. I'll mellow out a little bit. I listen just like some chill rap mix. Then like as we get into the game, it's time to get right.
All right. Hennessy Boppy wants to know, is the U back? I know Cristobal was watching this, so you got to be careful what you say. So but I had to ask it. It's on the paper. Is the U back?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's why you're working.
I hope so.
Honestly, a lot of the questions, and this is what people have been giving me when I talk to them in person, they're not even trying to ask questions. They're just saying thank you, because it's been a long time since we've been seeing some of the things we've been seeing. I think as people get to know you as a person, listening to this podcast, learn about your journey, man, city's really fallen in love with you. Appreciate you picking the U, and appreciate you joining us here on Storm Session, man. This has been awesome. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right. So thank you to Cam Ward. Thank you to the whole Ward family. All those great photos you saw, all those great stories. Thank you all for joining us. Storm Sessions, like and subscribe. We're coming every week, trying to go in depth and really learn about these student athletes and who they are. So appreciate you guys joining us on this journey. Again, subscribe and go Canes.